Thanks for joining our YouTube Inventor session. In this session, we're going to take a look at the Extrude command for Inventor. The keyboard shortcut is E, and the idea is that we take a sketch shape and then create thickness out of that. In this setup, we've got a couple of closed profiles, which we can then use to create the extrude with. In this case, it's a metric template. So if we set the sizes, we can then extrude the item out. To activate the extrude command, we can aim at the toolbar and press the button. Alternatively, E is the keyboard shortcut, so we press E. If there are multiple closed profiles available, Inventor will ask us to select each one of those profiles that we want to add. If we want to add the profile, we aim at the preview and we left click to accept that one. We can then aim at another area and left click to accept that one. If we want to remove one from the selection, we can hold down Shift or Control on our keyboard. We'll see the icon changes to a minus next to the cursor, and we'll just left click with the Control selected. When we finished, we take away the Shift or Control. Again, a different location. We'll then get a summary of the profiles that have been used. So I'll just add this one over here. I've got 3 profiles selected. Then we've got some advanced options, which we'll cover in our other sessions. The direction that we want to extrude in, as well as the size. Now that would be from the plane in the direction away from the plane, bearing in mind that the plane is flat and the arrow indicates the direction that it's going to extrude in. If we want to change our size, we could specify, say, 2 millimeters in this case, or a 1 millimeter. The preview will update. Alternatively, if we want to use different units, as in imperial units or inches, we can then type in 1 and use the inches denomination, and it'll go multiply it by 25.4 and give us the result of that calculation. Alternatively, we can also do things like 1/4 inch, and it'll give us the result of that calculation. In this case, I'm going to go back to our 2 millimeter example. I don't need the units because it's already a metric template, so it'll be okay with that settings, and I'm going to say okay to accept the extrude. So it generates an extrude and adds it to the browser history. If we want to modify the extrude feature that's been created, I recommend double clicking on the icon. In some cases, if you don't click fast enough, it wants to rename the feature. In this case, I just get into force of habit, double click, specify either additional profiles. In this case, I'm going to add a profile, then deselect other profiles. You can switch your sizes and then select OK, and it'll do an update. Alternatively, if you want to change directions, you'll notice that we've got a direction arrow indicator. If we hit the flip button, it assumes away from the plane in the negative direction, same units, just different direction, or symmetrical, where the plane is then centered in the middle and half is up and half is down. Had I gone for 6 millimeters, it's a 3 millimeters up, 3 millimeters down. And we'll select OK, and it generates our object based on the feature. Thanks for watching. Check the rest of our YouTube playlist for other features.